Tim Ruswick here. Today we've got a video tutorial going over how to do keyword research, why it's important, and kind of how you can find the keywords that people are actively searching for. So a lot of people think of marketing as outbound, like reaching out to people, sending emails, but there's a ton of people actively searching for games just like yours right now. So I'm going to show you how to kind of do the research and find those keywords to find where the people are coming that are actually looking for your game. The actual process of SEO and getting in front of those keywords is probably going to be another video, but this one is just kind of how to find the words. In addition to that too, these are not just words that you would use for SEO. These are also words that maybe they're popular phrases, or they're things that people would use to describe a game like yours. So it's really important to kind of understand all this stuff and just kind of dive into it and kind of figure it all out. So let's pop into here. Let's go here. I'm going to go smaller. So first of all, I want to like just fill you in on how all this works, first of all. So when most people search something on Google, they don't actually search for your game's name, right? Most people think, okay, well, I'm making a game called Super Farming Simulator or whatever. But if they're searching for the name of your game, you've already done your marketing. So that's usually not the words that you want to look for. What most people search is they'll type like farming simulation game or something like that. Or games. A lot of it's plural too. And you'll see there's a bunch of different games here. Some of them are mobile. We're going to do another video on mobile specifically, keyword research. But you can see there's a lot of different websites, right? And you could check out all kinds of different sites and stuff. And basically you can just find games similar to yours. We're using a farming type of game as an example for this, just so I can kind of go through it. The game that I'm going to be using is Hay Day. Just because Supercell does such a great job on some of their marketing materials. But so as you can see, this will allow you to get a huge list of games like yours. That's step one. You want to have a list of games similar to yours. So Google does this nice thing where they show all the different games. You can use this simulation. Maybe farming simulation isn't the best terminology. You want to try a couple different things. So farming games, there we go. Stuff like Farmville and all this different stuff. So if we click on Farmville, does Farmville have a website? Where we want to try and find all of their official websites. We don't want their play links. We don't want their like Steam links or their Facebook pages. We want official websites. And I think the Farmville site, because of Zynga, is only zynga.com/games/farmville. So you want to go through and kind of do this and find a bunch of games similar to yours. And if you don't think there's a game similar to yours, look games in your genre. If you've matched a bunch of genres, get creative with it. Try and figure out if there's a game that has feel similar to yours, or kind of what you're doing, or anything at all similar, even if it's not an exact match. Let's look at Farmerama. Never heard of that one before. This one's got an official website. Perfect. This one looks crazy. Actually, I open these up in new tabs so I can kind of keep them all open at one point. Harvest Moon, of course. Harvest Moon's kind of old though. That may not be applicable. So let's go to Green Farm. Sure. That's a mobile game. Okay, so we got enough. And Hay Day's not there as far as I can tell, but you can find similar games that way. Another thing you could do is you can go into Steam and find similar games and then Google them to find their official website. So let's just say we've got 3 games, Hay Day, Farmville, and Farmerama. And the process that I'm going to show you will work for all of these different games. Generally, I would try and find 5 to 10. I'm only going to do 3 for this example, but I would try and find 5 to 10. So the first thing you can do, the very first thing you could do to find any other keywords is you can right click and you can inspect the element in Chrome, and this will give you the source. And if you don't know HTML, that's totally fine. This is way more intimidating than, or it's less intimidating than it looks. Trust me. What you're looking for is the head section. So you'll see HTML, then you'll see head. If you're a web developer, you know exactly what we're looking for. And then in here, you'll see a tag called meta name equals keywords. This is not in all of the different websites. A lot of the newer websites don't actually use this because it's not really effective for SEO. It doesn't really make sense anymore. It's kind of a remnant of the old web back in the day, but it is still here. And what you can see here is a giant list of keywords that Heyday, Supercell, wants to rank for. So right here, we have a huge list. So if we double click there, we can Control C and we can open up a notepad, just kind of paste the keywords in. And we have a bunch of different keywords, as you can tell. Actually, there's a notepad program called Notepad++, which I love as well. But as you can see, there's like download, farm app, farm game. Basically, they've done a bunch of thinking into all the different things that people are already searching, right? So farming game, free download, and this ranges from like specific to the app to completely general. And I'm sure there are thousands of combinations of farming game, free download, farming game, those sorts of things. So as you can see, there's tons of keywords here. Tons of keywords. Bacon is a keyword. Not all these keywords are going to be valuable, right? But some of them might, and they'll give you some ideas. And you want to repeat this a few times. So let's go Farmville. And this is unrehearsed, so I don't know if we're actually going to find anything. But we can just poke around and look. Nope, I don't see any. I see a description. I don't see keywords. Okay, and what about Farmarama? Okay, so we got some keywords here. We can paste those as well. So these are farm game, farming game, farm online, farm simulation, farm free, all those sorts of things. And you'll start to see after you do this a couple times, there will be keywords that start to overlap. That's good. Those are usually the keywords that you want to find. But remember, as good as these keywords are, these are keywords that the owner of the site decided to put in this. Those are the keywords that they want to target. There's not necessarily the best keywords, not necessarily the most researched keywords, not necessarily the most trafficked keywords. Just the keywords that the site owner wants to put. So they're good. They're good for ideas. They're good for finding stuff, but they're not the best. The best ones are really hard to find. And there's a site called SpyFu, which this is phase 2. Phase 1 is to find all the different websites. Actually, this would be phase 3. Phase 2 is to look at all of their sources and find their keywords in their source. Phase 3 is to go to a website like SpyFu. I found a couple other websites that do similar things, but I haven't found a website that does exactly what SpyFu does. And what they do is you enter a URL into SpyFu, and they give you all of your competitors' ads, all the ads they've ever run, all of the downloads, all of the keywords that they rank for. They actively rank for, like the ones that they, if they show up in the top 10 of Google for. Unfortunately, they're pretty strict on their free plan, and I don't know if it's going to let us do it because it only lets you do like one search a day or something like that. But we'll search Heyday just to see. Okay. So this is all of Heyday's stuff. It's 10 organic keywords. They get 159,000 monthly SEO clicks from their SEO plan. It shows you their traffic and all of this stuff. And again, the paid version of SpyFu is fucking awesome, and I had it for years. I don't have a paid version now, and I think on the free version you can only do this once per day. But it's worth, over 10 days looking up all your competitors because it's so awesome. So the main thing that you want to kind of look at here is the similar websites, competition, Heyday 24/7. So this Heyday is actually competing with itself, or in some spots, which is interesting. I mean, it is a pretty big game, but then it also gives you the organic keywords. It won't give you all of them, obviously. So Heyday itself gets 8.5 thousand searches a month. That's interesting. And it just gives you a lot of interesting, cool data. It gives you some of the inbound links and stuff. Now, one of the things that it's not showing here that it will for websites that have run ads, and maybe Heyday hasn't run any ads, but when these are AdWords buy recommendations or AdWords history. So if they've run ads with their game, it'll show you all of the ads, all of the top performing ads, and the top performing keywords that they're targeting. And if they're paying for keywords, this is a really important spot to be, because it's one thing to have keywords in your list here. It's another thing to continually pay for keywords over time. So you want to pay attention to this section if it's there for you. It won't always be. And then you can, just like you found a bunch of different websites with Google searching around for farm games, when you actually start plugging in the farm games to SpyFu, you'll find related websites to these, and those are worth checking out as well. Actually, let's check one out just for fun. What is it? myfarmhousekitchen.blogspot.com. Spot.com. Let's check one out. Let's see what it is. Okay, that's completely unrelated. But this is why you've got to do it manually, because I don't think there's any way a machine could kind of differentiate all this stuff. But a lot of times you'll find related, especially like the bigger your genre, the more general your game and stuff like that, the more stuff you'll find here, which is really interesting, and it's really important to pay attention to. And it's also like this right here, seeing how much of a dominant beast they are in games, in clicks, to their website. And if they're getting clicks to their website, they're getting downloads to their game. So that's kind of interesting to see. So look at all this, find any organic keywords, find related sites, repeat these phases and all that stuff. Keep looking for keywords. And then there's another site that I like to look at too. Let me copy the URL back. And this one's spyonweb.com. And this will give you all of their individual sites that are linked to the same Google Analytics account and that are linked to the same IP address. And this is really powerful, because if let's say you're looking up a game and it's run by a developer that has a bunch of other games. Well, if they have them in the same Google Analytics account, they'll all show up here. So Supercell owns Boom Beach, they own Clash of Clans, and so on and so forth. A lot of these we know about, but there's some of them that I've never heard of. ClashGold.com, Ontario Film. It just kind of gives you all of the sites that the same Google Analytics owner owns. And then same thing with the IP address. These are all the sites that are on the same server, which is a whole nother deal, right? There's a lot of different URLs and stuff that I've heard of. So again, once you find all these URLs, you can go back and repeat the process. And the last thing I like to do, after you've got all these keywords, you should see, like, you'll start to find duplicates. You'll start to find stuff like, okay, farming app comes up a lot. Farming game comes up a lot in all these different websites, so on and so forth. Then I like to, if you just type in Google Keyword Tool, you'll find the Google Keyword Tool. This has changed a lot over the years. It can get crazy, and you'll need a Google account to access this. Let me see if I have, I believe, let's see if there's one here. There might be. It's going to ask me for an account. Okay. There's some other keywords tools. You're going to need an actual AdWords account to run the official Google AdWords account tool. But there's keyword tool, which I've used before. This is kind of a general one. Let's type this in. So let's type in farming game, and we'll see. So this isn't going to give me any of the actual volume, but again, this will give me a bunch of different, at least the free version anyway. If I pay for it, I can get the search volume, but I can get a bunch of different variations of that. And these are actually all pretty relevant, right? Farming games for PS4, farming games PC, farming games Switch, farming games Steam, farming games for Xbox One, and so on and so forth. And it's just a bunch of different stuff. Farming game animals, build a farm game, a big farm game, all stuff that people search, right? All stuff that people are actually looking for. This is all generated off actual search data. So farm game earn Bitcoin. Somebody wants to earn Bitcoin off a farm game. Some of this data is really interesting. And it's one of those things that it's really eye-opening when you look at all this data. So that's even a shit ton more keywords, right? And then the last step is to find the actual search volume of those keywords. Now, I don't think back in the day there used to be a way to find the search volume for free. I'm guessing some of these sites are not like that anymore. Okay, so this gives us some search volume, but not a ton. A lot of these sites I used, to be honest, a lot of these sites I've used 2-3+ years ago, back in the day when I was in the marketing company. So a lot's changed since then. Like a lot of stuff has went up. A lot of stuff is no longer free. Okay, so WordStream has a free trial, and it'll actually give you straight up the search volume for stuff. I don't know why it's not giving us the search volume for specific ones. All right, so what you want to do is you want to type in keyword tool into Google. This URL changes all the time, so that's why I type it in. It'll take you to a sign-in page. You'll probably have to create an account, even if you have a Google account. That's fine. I have one left over from back in the day. You want to log into it. You're going to see something like this. You may have to create a new campaign, but there's like a wizard that'll walk you through it. And then once you get to the keyword section, there's a bunch of different stuff, and you just want to hit plus. And then all these keywords that you have, all this stuff that you've collected from now on, from SpyFu, from WordStream, from Spy on Web, if you found any different websites for all these different keywords, you should have a massive list of keywords by now. And what you can do is you could just copy and paste all those keywords into this section, and then you can get keyword ideas. And you can also do, this doesn't work as well, but you can get suggestions based on your name and a website. So it'll ask you for your website, but I like to type in competitors' websites and then see what it actually comes up with. Select an ad group. Okay, so you need to create an ad group too, because this is assuming I'm going to run an ad, but we're not actually going to run an ad. We're going to kind of cheat and just use it for its search capabilities. So as you can see, okay, so it gives you the actual search volume. It's not 100% accurate. It doesn't give you like super concrete numbers. It gives you ranges, but these are where it's going to actually show you the ranges of search volumes that people are actually searching for. So Heyday game itself, this is just people searching for Heyday, is getting between 10 and 100K. But Google Play Store, free games, that kind of thing. You don't want to target any general keywords like this, but you want longer tail keywords. You want keywords that are a couple words long, not so much the short ones, because if someone's typing like free games, right? Not only is the competition way harder to get anywhere with that, but like they may not like your game. You want genre specific, game specific, longer tail keywords. And the reason why you want longer tail keywords is because they're easier to rank for, and they're a lot easier to kind of target. So a lot of these are super general. Free game apps, game farm, free games. Somebody searched it twice, and you can see more. Just keep searching. Generally, the 1K to 10K, the smaller games or smaller keywords, I'm sorry, are better for searching. So let's look like free online farming games. Like this would be a really good, if you have a freemium game or you have a free game, this would be a really good keyword. And it takes a lot of work to find this stuff, right? And so you also have the you also have the search volume for any specific words that you're looking for as well. So games, free download. You can just add these to your list. It just auto adds them, which is kind of nice. And you can basically just go through and find keywords that way. And the main appeal here though is the actual monthly searches. Another thing to note too is that if you use WordStream and you don't want to pay for it, or SpyFu and you don't want to pay for it, you can go to Fiverr.com and you can type in like, I don't know, like SpyFu, and I don't want to sign in. This guy does 5 competitor PPC campaigns, so he'll do 5 of these searches for you for $5, which if I try to do another one, it'll tell me I can't. And then I'm sure the same thing for WordStream. Nope, maybe not. Maybe 2 words. Nope. Okay. You can also look in like competitive analysis is usually what this is called. If you want to search that on Fiverr, competitive analysis, maybe specify keyword. Keyword research and competitor analysis. I can't obviously I can't endorse any of these guys because I've never used them, but I have used Fiverr many times to do stuff like this too. If you don't want to do it all yourself, this is a great way to kind of hire someone to do it, and they'll give you a bunch of lists of keywords and stuff. So once you have these keywords, one, you can do SEO, which means, but that's a different video, obviously, and we'll go through how to do all that, but you can basically optimize your site to where people, you can optimize your site where people can find it on Google. But 2, you can use these keywords actually in your website so that people that are searching for this stuff, they know what kind of game it is, right? People are searching for specific types of things. They're more likely to pick up your game if it matches what they're looking for. 3, you can use this for ASO, App Store Optimization. You can use this in the keywords for your iOS app or for your Google Play game. You can use this in a lot of different places. And it's just, keywords are really important to understand. It also helps you check out demand, right? If there's a ton of demand for RPG FPS game, but there's like hardly any demand for another type of game, you can also, you know, maybe look at market sizes based on that and make decisions on all that. So I hope you guys found it useful. This went a little long, but I wanted to be in depth. I wanted to be, you know, as specific as I could be on how all this works. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment down below, or you can tag me in the Discord for the Elite section, and I will happily respond to any questions you guys have on this, because I know this is a lot to take in. It's a lot to understand, but you'll get the hang of it the more you do it, and you'll find different tools. I'm sure there's plenty of other tools out there that haven't used. I've been out of marketing for a couple of years now, so this is just the kind of stuff that I used to do, but this was always super helpful, and understanding all this in the keyword research part of it was really important for the next step, which is SEO and you know, publishing and really working on inbound marketing. So hope you guys found it useful. Tag me if you got any questions, but see you next time.